TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
And in this podcast, I'm taking a look at Abu Dhabi and some of the latest developments, some of the latest travel tourism news announced by them recently, and especially with this interview conducted at London. We'll be finding out, for example, about the fact they'll be having the second Sphere, the Las Vegas Sphere, the landmark entertainment dome, and we just had major events there from stars like U2. Now, they've just announced, Abu Dhabi's just announced they will be in conjunction with Las Vegas, and the people who own the Sphere there will be hosting or developing, building, creating their very own in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. So more on that in a short while. We're talking with Abdullah Yousef, who's the Director of International Operations from the Abu Dhabi Department of Culture and Tourism. And talking to him after this little announcement from the producers of TravelWise.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
And if you'd like to have your own podcast, do drop me an email on philblizzardmedia@gmail.com.
A Phil Blizzard radio production.
Available on Apple, Amazon, Angami, Spotify, Deezer, and all good podcast channels, and also now on YouTube. Breaking travel news in the world travel market. London is such a key location. The United Kingdom is so important for United Arab Emirates. Long ties, long connections. And this show, World Travel Market, how important is it to you?
Very important. World travel market is truly a global stage. Our presence here is very important. Our participation this year comes with more than 40 stakeholders, which is also the first time that we reach such a number.
Yep.
In terms of the UK market, we've seen tremendous growth from the UK market, more than 40% growth year on year.
For how many years?
World travel market?
Yeah, 40% growth over
last year, so year on
the
year.
last 12 months.
Yes,
wow.
yes.
Yeah,
and the reason behind that is we got a clear strategy which we launched earlier this year, the 2030 strategy. And part of that strategy is to not only double down on the tier 1 source market for Abu Dhabi, but also open up new markets to the destination.
You're involved and responsible for international business and trade tourism perspective. So when you come to the world travel market in London, you're looking at a broader picture than just UK, I suppose. How many other countries are you sort of dealing with?
So we are dealing with 44 source market. The top 10 are the usual set of India, China,
right.
UK, Germany, France. But in addition to that, we are also exploring opening new markets such as Central East Europe, Southeast Asia. These are some of the markets.
And regarding Europe, the European market is very, very key, of course.
Very key.
Yeah.
And today, UK is the 4th source market for tourism to Abu Dhabi.
Breaking travel news, we'd like to know what's happening. What have you been telling people and what announcements have you made at WTM this year? So
the key announcement we made is our new brand ambassador campaign. So I'm sure you've seen it. We worked with Chris and Elsa, as a couple, Hollywood actors as well. We launched a new campaign where, they have been sharing with their followers, what they can do on a vacation to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. So also, I've heard stories perhaps of a connection with Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, that's Sphere.
Sphere. Yeah, tell us about this one.
Yeah, so we announced a few weeks ago that Sphere is going to have a twin.
Yeah.
The twin is going to be in Abu Dhabi. So Sphere, the same scale of the product itself is going to open. Same size,
wow.
Identical. It's going to be a twin.
Now you're going to get U2 playing there for like 30 nights or so.
Yes. So it's going to be a new addition. It's going to elevate the entertainment experience in Abu Dhabi.
And where in Abu Dhabi will that be constructed?
So we haven't announced it yet.
We
want the audience to stay tuned on it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, but we are looking at the perfect location. We Well, one of
Would
the
it
things.
start with the letter Y? Was it like the letter A and an S at the end?
No, it's somewhere else.
Somewhere else, okay.
One of the things that we are doing as part of our new tourism strategy is we are looking at the different zones in Abu Dhabi and making sure that they are as vibrant as the current zone. So that's part of the strategy itself, is to identify a new area in Abu Dhabi that will be as vibrant as the current.
So how many zones do you think you'll sort of build up to?
Currently, we are discussing 7 zones.
Yeah.
So what people know very well is the Yas and Saadiyat area. But then we look at the Corniche area, we look at Hudayriyat, which is one of the new islands which is under development. It's going to have its own DNA. It's going to be a sport island. We already opened the Abu Dhabi Surf, which is the largest man-made waving experience. So many surfers from different parts of the world are coming and traveling. So that's part of the strategy of positioning that island as a sport island. But in total 7.
In terms of accommodation, I mean, there's quite a lot happening in terms of new hotel openings. So what's the overview regarding, say, next year in terms of new openings?
So, in the strategy itself, we want to take the inventory in Abu Dhabi from 35,000 hotel rooms into a total of 59,000 by the year 2030. This year, we had a couple of, or in the last 12 months, we had a couple of new additions in Abu Dhabi, including Anantara Santorini, which is a luxury boutique hotel.
That's had a lot of publicity, hasn't it?
Yes.
Bit of Greece in the centre of the UAE. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
But in addition to that, we are going to open the Earth Mangrove, which is going to be in the heart of Abu Dhabi. Liwa Autograph Collection is going to be a new addition, and more in the pipeline.
And of course, we're talking about Abu Dhabi city and surroundings, but we've got to go inland to Al Ain. I mean, that's so important to visitors.
It is. Looking at the history of Al Ain and why it's important, it's the birthplace of the founder of the country. So the legacy of the founder can be found there. The way we like to promote Al Ain is it's a destination where you connect with the UAE culture and the history of the region as well, in addition to a place where you can experience wellness and adventure, all of it in one place.
What about events? I mean, the F1's not far away, so that's a grand way to end off the year in many ways. What can we expect next year, 2025?
So we launched our new campaigns, our calendar of events. So every week, what I say to the people who are following us, that no matter when you come to Abu Dhabi, there will be something happening. So in the last couple of weeks, we had UFC nights in Abu Dhabi. We had NBA pre-season. F1 is coming up soon. Saadiyat nights, which is going to be a musical concert event, is going to be in December. Coldplay is going to come to the region.
How many nights are they doing now? It's
4
increasing
nights.
all the time, Coldplay.
We started with 2 nights, and now we officially have 4 nights.
I remember when they came years and years ago, Emirates Palace, and it poured down with rain,
long
didn't
time
it?
ago. Long time ago. I mean, what I always tell people is that if anyone out there has a ticket and it's on sale, I'm more than happy to buy it.
You haven't got a ticket.
I don't have, as a discllaimer, I don't have any tickets.
No tickets, no.
Yeah.
Okay. End of conversation. I was after a ticket. So, on to museums and culture as well, So, in terms of museum, I mean, you've got wonderful museums.
Of course.
What's happening in that direction?
So, earlier this year, we launched our Saadiyat Culture District campaign. And it came at a time where, it answered a lot of questions about, when Saadiyat Culture District is going to be ready and what it's going to offer. So, as part of that campaign, we announced that by 2025, all the construction in Saadiyat Culture District is going to be finished. Yeah. We're going to open, the Team Lab phenomena as a very unique experience of combining art with technology. The Museum of Natural History, Guggenheim Museum construction is going to also be finished in 2025. But to closest to my heart is going to be the Dhai National History.
Of course.
Because it's going to show our culture and history to the people who visit Abu Dhabi.
Well, a very lively world travel market with your announcements and what you've been telling us, and also surrounding with the music and activities going on. So, would you have a key message to people watching regarding what you've been saying here at World Travel Market in Abu Dhabi? Why should they come to Abu Dhabi?
I would say, one thing I've been telling people is the power of partnership. And this is something that we worked on it very closely in the last 22 years and since we rebounded from COVID. And we see the result of it in Abu Dhabi year to date. when we look at the performance of tourism, almost close to 80% occupancy year to date. We are now hitting our peak season. That wouldn't happen without the power of partnership, working with partners, trying to work with them hand in hand on promoting Abu Dhabi to the rest
And
of
of
the
course, people like Etihad Airways with new destinations, new routes coming on board, bringing traffic into the capital.
Exactly. So Etihad, Zaid International Airport with a new terminal, all of this have been part of the strategy itself. So working together, with the stakeholder, with the ecosystem, is what enabled Abu Dhabi to see the result that we see today.
Well, Abdullah, thank you very much for your time talking to us here on Breaking Travel News at the World Travel Market, London.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views and interviews.
And if you'd like to have your own podcast, do drop me an email on philblizzardmedia@gmail.com.
A Phil Blizzard radio production.
Available on Apple, Amazon, Angami, Spotify, Deezer, and all good podcast channels, and also now on YouTube.